Hi, my name is JT Merriweather with Real Revival Brewing, LLC, and I'm here to talk today about something that has a tremendous influence on the development and civilization of mankind. All the way from back from the beginning of civilization, all the way to development of modern medicine. And if you guessed it, that's right, beer. Who would have known that the agricultural revolution was developed because of beer? They grew barley so that they could brew their beer. Who would have thought that Louis Pasteur would have stumbled across germs when he was looking at why beer spoiled, and therefore founded germ theory, the major theory upon which medicine is predicated on? Well, today we're here to talk about a little lighter subject, the actual consumption of beer. Now, the ultimate goal here of Real Revival Brewing is we're here to take things back to what they were in the past. Now, in the past, we had hundreds of styles of beers that were available. Unfortunately, in the U.S. over the past half century, we haven't seen much of diversity. We've been forced with American Pale Lager due to Prohibition and the fact that, pre-Prohibition, we had over 4,000 breweries in operation. And to put that in perspective, today we still have less than 2,000 in operation. So still playing catch up. Now, the few breweries that did survive completely dominated the market due to the Industrial Revolution. So now you're starting to see a revival, what we call a beer renaissance. And that's due to the fact that people are finally stopping to believe the mass marketing, the awesome Bud Light Super Bowl commercials. They're starting to believe their palates, and they're starting to believe what they think is good beer. And that's Real Revival's ultimate goal, to truly encourage that, to blur the lines between the standard styles and to give people what they want, and so that they can actually have a taste in what they drink. Now, as for the timing, it couldn't be a better time to get into this market. Despite an overall 2% decrease in U.S. domestic beer sales, craft beer sales have grown 10, 12, and 13% over the last 3 years. Now, talking about Maryland, it gets even better. Craft beer sales grew over 23% last year alone. Now, we talk about our immediate market. In the local market of the Eastern Shore of Maryland, over 14,000 barrels, and to put that in perspective, 28,000 kegs of craft beer consumed each year. Now, with our modest projections for our first year revenues and our first year sales and volume, we only project to have 3.5% of that, a very attainable and modest projection. Now, how are we going to actually serve our market? We have a two-pronged approach. First, we will serve the immediate community through a tap room. So imagine walking into a brewery where you can witness the brewing process, engage the brewmaster, smell the brewing process, smell the hops, have a favorite glass of your pint glass, and learn more than you wish to. Taking that tap room experience to the whole next level by immersing the customer in the brewing process, developing a sense of pride, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Second prong is going to be through distribution. Now, this will also serve local markets, but it's also going to serve our outside markets. Now, local restaurants will have our beer on tap, but we're only going to serve 2 of our styles. In the tap room, we're going to have 6 to 8 on tap. Now, distribution, 2 or 3, because we want to build that sense of exclusivity to get people to say, wow, this is good beer. Now let's go visit that brewery. Let's bring these outside dollars into Dorchester County, into Cambridge, Maryland, and let them bounce around on the other local shops. So between distribution and between our taproom sales, we project to do 60 barrels a month, which again, we think is very reasonable, especially considering comparative businesses in the area. And competition, that brings us to competition. We look at Burley Oak, we look at Evolution, Dogfish Head, Eastern Shore Brewing Company, all within our immediate area. Fortunately for us, the craft beer industry has come up with a creative approach with competition. It's called collaboration. We all realize that it's us and our 6% share of the market against the big guys. So instead of competing with each other, we work together to further this growth of craft market and take a big piece of the pie that Anheuser-Busch and all the big guys have. Now, a little bit about our structure. It'll be myself, JT Merriweather, managing the company for the day-to-day operations in front of the house and sales. My partner Chris Broholm will serve as our brewmaster, who has an extensive experience brewing craft artisanal beers on home and on industrial systems. Can't wait to see those available. Now, lastly, marketing. How are we going to get these customers? What processes are we going to put forth? Well, of course, social media has to be taken advantage of. Joint ventures with local restaurants, collaborative brews like we said before, but not only with the other breweries, but with the restaurants. Do something special for them. Also, we were going to sponsorship of local events, contribution to downtown cleanup events. Take, for example, our creation of a Midshore Homebrewers Association, where we'll have homebrewers meeting at our facility and hold competitions to where they can brew their beer on our facility, to encourage, again, to pay everything forward and increase the art, the exposure of the art of beer. And with this, we think we'll establish a sense of pride in the community, and we all know that successful marketing breeds loyalty, not preference. And with a sense of pride, loyalty is soon to follow. And that's why we think at Real Revival we have the key to a successful business. For more information, feel free to give me a shout on my cell phone. I can be reached at 410-463-3064, or you can contact me via email at jmerryweather, that's MERRYWEATHER @gmail.com. Thank you.